A Florida man set his boss's future home on fire. A Florida man pretended to be a Disney World cast member to steal a $10,000 robot. A Florida pastor engaged in sex acts at a Starbucks. In Florida, it'll soon be illegal to have your car stereo turned up too loud. And a Florida man was arrested for damaging a car at a dealership. These are the weird stories for Friday on Weird AF News. They all involve a Florida man, because on Friday on Weird AF News, we only do weird news from Florida. It's Florida Friday on Weird AF News. Thank you for joining me. I'm Jonesy. You are you, and I love you. A Florida man set his boss's future home on fire. A Florida man was arrested yesterday after he was caught on camera setting his boss's future home on fire. His future home. He doesn't even live there yet. So that's a big win for the boss, because you don't want to be sleeping in your house when your Florida man lights it on fire. It's kind of crazy, though, to light your boss's future home on fire. He's like, I'm going to ruin your life a year from now. How do you like that? What's this Florida man's name? Tan Ha, age 54. Tan was caught on multiple surveillance cameras approaching a home under construction in St. Petersburg on his bicycle. He took his bicycle to go light a future home on fire. This guy wasn't really concerned about a swift getaway, apparently. Future home. I can't get over this. The only thing crazier than this is if you went to the architect who was designing your boss's future home and you burned the architectural design paperwork before it could even, begin construction. Before a shovel was even in the ground, you burned the future plans of the home. This is wild, man. Who can understand a Florida man's motivation? Let's find out, though, why he did this. It says here that Mr. Ha locked his bike to a stop sign in front of the construction site before entering the not yet completed home. He tried to cover his face with his clothing, according to the arrest documents. About 5 minutes later, Ha was video surveillanced sprinting outside of the home, unlocking the bike and speeding away. According to the documents, Ha's employer is a prospective buyer of this future home. So he's one of many. It says prospective buyers. So this is not even a guarantee that you just burn down your boss's future home. You may have burned down the home of somebody else in the future. It's not even a guarantee. Why didn't you just burn your boss's doghouse down or something? I don't know. Or his car. This is bizarre, man. Police said that Ha admitted to starting the fire, not because he was upset with his employer, but because spirits told him to. Spirits? Yeah, like who? Jose Cuervo and Mr. Jack Daniels? What kind of spirits are we talking about here? I love it. Spirits in the form of what, sir? A very small hourly wage that you don't like? No health care? Spirits in the form of your boss telling you had to work all of 4th of July weekend? Is that what happened? That would make me angry, too. But I wouldn't blame it on spirits. I didn't know I could blame stuff on spirits, to be honest with you. I should try that. Yeah. Hey, man, I can't make it to your gender reveal party because the spirits told me they're stupid. A Florida man posed as a Disney World cast member and stole a $10,000 R2-D2. Okay. When nerds go wild. A Central Florida man was arrested after the deputies say he posed as a Walt Disney World cast member and stole a Star Wars R2-D2 android in the hopes that Disney's security would hire him. That was his motivation, hoping that the Disney security would hire him. Well, you guys should probably hire me because, well, I heard somebody stole a $10,000 R2-D2 out of here. People are taking some of your expensive equipment. I heard. Don't know who would do such a thing, but you probably need a guy like me around. What's this Florida man's name? David Proudfoot. Ooh, Proudfoot. He's 44 years old. Oh, a 44-year-old applying to be Disney security. Where are we at in life, sir? He's facing grand theft, larceny charges of obstruction by false information. The Orange County Sheriff's Office say that deputies were called to the Swan Reserve Hotel by Disney security. When they got there, they made contact. I love how they said, we made contact with Proudfoot, who they say was wearing beige work pants, an orange work vest, and a Disney name tag. Where did he get this Disney name tag? These nerds can make anything on their 3D printers. Bunch of nerds on the 3D printers. He reportedly identified himself as David Rogers at first and said he worked in the receiving division of the Yacht Club Resort. I work in importing and exporting with the resort. Importing and exporting, very specific. The affidavit states that Disney security stopped Mr. Proudfoot because he was seen by hotel security pushing a cart on the property, and he looked pretty suspicious. Disney security says, after offering to help Proudfoot with the cart, Proudfoot acted confused, didn't know where the loading dock was and what the hotel's proper procedures are. That's when the deputies were called to the hotel because they suspected that he didn't really work there, although he had a name tag that he printed out at home. Proudfoot reportedly told the deputies that part of his job is to move items from one location to the other. He kept it going when the deputies arrived. No, I'm an employee here. I'm in importing and exporting. My job is to import things and export things. I import them here. I export them who knows wherever they're needed to be exported. Right now, I'm about to export this $10,000 R2D2 to my basement. So Proudfoot was ill-prepared for an interrogation. When security asked him who his boss is, he said James McDaniels. Security has no record of anyone named James McDaniels, nor do they have anyone named David Rogers working for Disney. They have a McDaniels on the roster, but he works in the California location. This is when a deputy escorted Proudfoot to the Yacht Club Resort to retrieve his belongings and driver's license from the employee lockers. He was in the... How did he get in the employee lockers? He had a lock and everything. Wow, he had his stuff there. He actually went and just acted as though he totally worked there. Wow, Disney, your security. I mean, if this guy was trying to point out how easy it is to infiltrate Disney, I mean, point made, bro. I mean, they're not going to hire you now because you're obviously out of your mind. You're like, but he makes a good point. Now, Mr. Proudfoot, the Floridaman star of the story, admitted to moving the R2D2 android from the third floor of the hotel to an unknown location because he had an application for a security job pending at Walt Disney World and wanted to, quote, show weaknesses in the security of the resorts in the hope of securing a better paying job at Walt Disney World. The motivation of a Florida man. Wow, how do you wrap your head around such things? I mean, well, you think someone's going to hire you after you committed a felony to make a point? I mean, it's like trying to assassinate somebody and say, no, I was trying to test your security. Now you should hire me now. Hire me because clearly I could easily take a shot at him. I mean, you need me on your force. A Florida pastor has been charged with performing a sex act on himself on the patio of a Starbucks. Deputies say a Florida pastor exposed his naughty parts and also performed a sexual act on himself at a Starbucks store. We can just imagine what that sex act was. I don't want to. Eugenio Dali Muniz Colon. Wow, what a name this guy's got. He's a pastor in Kissimmee, Florida. Kissimmee. Come and kiss me. I'm waiting for you on the patio of a Starbucks. Come and kiss me so I can finish my sex act. Sorry, that's so stupid. Eugenio teaches online ministry classes. Teaches online ministry classes. This isn't a real pastor, bro. How many people did he expose his sex organs to while teaching online ministry classes? That's what I would like to know. A lot of people shutting off their camera in these ministry classes online. Eugenio was charged with exposing his genitalia. The Osceola County Sheriff's Office says it received a report of a male exposing his sex organs while masturbating on the patio of a Starbucks. Lovely. Detectives eventually determined that Munoz Colon was the subject. The investigation revealed that Munoz Colon previously had similar charges that occurred at the same location. The same location. He's been at this Starbucks before, touching himself on the patio. And he's still working at a ministry. Ministry's in quotes. It's online. Oh, my goodness. Went back to the Starbucks. Oh, boy. Well, when you find your favorite porn, you eventually go back to it, right, guys? We know that. I mean, I do that, right? You click on favorite, and then you go back, right? He's been to the Starbucks before. Well, he likes to order a frappuccino before he gets down, you know what I mean? He likes he has some cream with your sugar, Pastor? Oh, boy, he's doing it again. Oh, in his defense, guys, caramel macchiatos are quite heavenly. They really get me going. I want to know when he orders his drinks in the actual Starbucks, if he gives them the name Hugh G. Wang. I have a caramel frappuccino for Hugh G. Wang. Huge Wang. I'm sorry, these jokes are terrible, but I'm trying to finesse it, guys. It's really sad at the end of the day. These guys, what are we learning here? If you a pastor that does online ministry, yeah, this is what you get, man. A real pastor would never be caught dead doing this at a Starbucks. No, they do it. They do it in the basement of the church with little boys around. Hey, oh, I went there. In Florida, it's now illegal to have your car stereo turned up too loud. There are weird laws out there. Most of them are from simpler times. Throwbacks to an era when it probably made sense to outlaw wrestling with a bear or putting on a puppet show in a window, but Floridians are now being faced with a very real and seemingly arbitrary law that stands a good chance of annoying residents and police officers alike. A new Florida statute is going into effect today, July 1st, that will prohibit car occupants from turning up their radio loud enough to be heard from 25 feet away. The new statute also prohibits loud music from a car from being played near churches, hospitals, or schools. Why is this law being pushed through? The move is an attempt to crack down on people blaring car stereos, obviously, which some fellow drivers, passersby, and home occupants may consider a big-time public nuisance. It would seem to me like there are a lot more serious public nuisances in Florida than loud music. For instance, I don't know, people masturbating on a patio of a Starbucks, maybe something like that. People shooting AR-15s at skateboarders. I don't know. People crawling through the Wendy's drive-through window to choke an employee because there wasn't enough hot sauce on their burger or whatever. These things seem like way more nuisances in Florida than some loud music. I guess they're trying to, hey guys, let's just start from the bottom and move up, all right? Let's get the little wins before we move up to the big wins. Here's a quote from a lieutenant named Mike Crabb. Oh, poor guy. His last name's Crabb. This guy definitely doesn't give his real name when he orders his drinks at Starbucks. All right, Mike says, well, from a safety standpoint, a driver might not hear the ambulance or the police car or the fire truck that's trying to get through the intersection. Yeah, we're not trying to target anybody who's just trying to listen to music and have a good old time. I mean, I like to listen to music and have a good old time too, man. You know, I like to drink Four Loko on my front porch, listen to some of that Nickelback, really into that. But, you know, let me tell you something, though. I'm a reasonable human being. I don't crank it all the way up to 11, you know, like they do on Spinal Tap. No, I keep it down to like a 7.5, you know, right there in the sweet spot. I don't want to annoy my neighbors. There's a limit to the noise that you can create from your vehicle as well. We want to keep that into consideration here. Can't just be driving around blaring your trap rap. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't want to listen to me. I've heard some songs that had some cuss words in it, and I don't know if that's okay to just be blaring as you're driving by a church or a school or a group of old ladies trying to play dice on the sidewalk. You know what I'm saying? Now, some legal experts in the state of Florida have expressed concern that this statute might simply be a pretext to pull somebody over. An earlier version of the law was struck down by the state Supreme Court in 2012 in large part because it exempted vehicles with business or political messages, creating First Amendment arguments. The revised statute now makes no exemptions for political or business vehicles. It's also attached to a larger bill targeting pop-up beach parties. Ooh, pop-up beach parties are not okay? What's going on here? A recent trend in Florida that's led to numerous cars congregating in one area. If a car is ticketed during one of these unsanctioned parties, officers have the leeway to impound a car for up to 3 days. Oh, so people are just getting together and have an unsanctioned pop-up beach parties. What is going on here? You can't have pop-up beach parties. What do you think this is, huh? It would seem to me like the least of your worries, Florida, is pop-up beach parties. I mean, come on. All you got to do is listen to my show, Florida Fridays, to know there's so many greater issues in the state of Florida than pop-up parties and loud music. People are chucking alligators at each other's face, man. And crazier things, like in this next story. You like podcasts? You're listening to my podcast. Maybe you thought to yourself, I'd like to make a podcast. Too difficult. No, not with Anchor. Anchor has free creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast from your phone or your computer. Anchor distributes your podcast to Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, and more. They have advertising integration, so you can even make a little money off your podcast. Everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. And good luck with your podcast. Good luck with your creation. Good luck with your life, man. A Florida man was arrested for damaging a vehicle at the dealership to see if it had bulletproof windows. Gainesville, Florida, Jason Joe Flanagan, age 46, was arrested yesterday after damaging a car at a car dealership on North Main Street. The Gainesville, Florida Police Department responded to a report of damage to a vehicle at the dealership. Also, items were missing from another car. A review of the surveillance video at the dealership reportedly shows a man, later identified as Flanagan, swinging a metal sign at a car at 5 a.m., breaking several windows, causing about $4,000 in damage. Swinging a metal sign? What kind of drugs is this guy on that he rips out a metal sign right out of the concrete and starts smashing new cars on a dealership lot? What the heck, man? Employees of the dealership told the police that the man was still at the dealership when they arrived. He knocked on the door and he asked for some pliers so he could help his friend start the car. He's asking. He didn't even ask for the keys. I mean, at this point, you're out of your mind to ask for some tools to help you steal a car right on the lot. You might as well just ask for the keys at this point, you moron. Oh, this guy's totally tapped, man. Can you have any pliers so I can start this car that's not mine, that's in your lot? Oh, I didn't see you're a dealership. That's what explains all these cars that are here. I've been testing them to see if they're bulletproof. Some of them are, some of them aren't. I just thought I'd let you know. He actually told the employee that his friend just purchased the car. Could he have pliers to start it? If you're... Yeah. Because when you buy a car, they give you pliers to start the car, not keys, sir. Come on. So obviously an employee was alarmed. He went to check on the car in question and noticed the damage to the vehicle. While trying to get the man's name, he reportedly saw the man enter another car and remove some items before walking briskly away. The responding police reported that they found Flanagan, who matched the description given by dealership employees. They found him walking a few blocks away. He admitted, of course, to damaging the car, saying that it was purchased by a friend of his and that he was just testing to see if it had bulletproof windows. You know, what are friends for if not to test your new car to see if it's got bulletproof windows? Hey, I just put a hammer through your windshield. You need to bring this back to the dealership, man. The bulletproof windows aren't working. Also, your baby can't swim. Yeah, I threw it in the swamp, and I don't see it anymore. Sorry. That was pretty dark. I mean, I had to go there. I mean, yay! Florida man, exposing himself wherever he can. Hi, guys. Are you having a nice weekend? Or maybe you already had a nice weekend. It's 4th of July weekend, guys. What are you doing? Let me know. I want to know the kind of fun that you're having. You can email me, funnyjones@gmail.com, or reach out on my Instagram at funnyjones. Yeah, just say what's up, man. I'm going to be having barbecue, swimming in a pool or two. Probably going to have some adult cocktails, you know, the nice ones with a little umbrella right in there. Strong. I like them very strong. Anyways, I hope you're having a lovely weekend wherever you are. Maybe you're celebrating Canada Day. I don't know. Maybe you don't give a damn about 4th of July because you live in, I don't know, Iceland or some place. Anyways, I hope you're having a nice time regardless. And I want to thank everybody sincerely for sending me Florida articles the past couple of days. I got a lot of them, and it was amazing. Hard to choose just a few. So I appreciate your help and assistance and your efforts. They do not go unnoticed. And your effort to listen daily to Weird AF News is also not going unnoticed. I appreciate it very, very much. There's a gazillion podcasts out there, and you're spending time with mine, and I'm very grateful. Please know that from the bottom of my core. If you guys would like to support my show, please tell someone about Weird AF News. Spread the word. If you're enjoying it, then I would imagine other people in your environment might enjoy it as well. People that are your friends who probably like the same stuff that you like might want to give Weird AF News a try. So please tell somebody. I would really appreciate that. That would mean a lot to me. And if you'd like to support the show by joining Patreon and get your name up on the closet wall, which is pretty cool, go to patreon.com/weirdafnews. For those of you who are patrons already, I put about 5 weird news pieces in there today that didn't make it to the podcast. They were more of a visual nature, so they're on there. So check that out today. And anyways, I love you, and take care.